It surprised me that I read that actually you get pretty nervous before you do things, and it's getting worse. Because I'd have thought someone like you, especially you actually, because you're very confident, you just sort of think, I can't imagine you ever feeling like that.
I'm not. Don't you get nervous?
I do, yes.
Well, there you are, and you should.
Yeah.
You should get nervous. I think it's good because it makes you crackle a bit.
Right.
And I can see you're crackling. But
I'm very nervous.
I was worried about that.
I'm naughty. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's what we like.
Brilliantly naughty.
When people say their favourite dinner party, you can pick 5 people at your favourite dinner party, you're always on the list.
How flattering. What's the food?
There's definitely ice cream, but that's for sure.
We almost had an issue with the ice cream.
There was almost a row.
There was.
Miriam nearly kicked off. We were both given our ice creams, and a little voice behind us went, "I want one."
And then when very quickly the team rustled up another ice cream together, I had to swap over because my one was bigger.
Yeah, said that Holly's got a bigger one than I have.
Wow.
Are you happy, Miriam?
Is that good?
Oh, lovely.
Oh, good.
The National, you would love to do something at the National.
I would.
And if there's anybody watching from Call the Midwife, you'd like to do that. You'd be perfect in there. I can't believe
They are so good, aren't they?
Oh, look,
all those girls.
This is what you'd look like. Look,
We've
there you
done
go.
a very bad sort of head stuck on there.
I think
we could try
should be in
better.
casualty, actually, with that neck.
Yeah. I don't think that quite fits,
Doesn't
does it?
quite work.
I saw myself more as a nun than a nurse, to be honest.
Yes, yes.
I think the wimple could hide a lot.
But you would like to do that?
I love that programme. I think they are all majestically brilliant.
Yeah.
You've got fine actresses. Jenny Agutter and Judy Parfitt and Linda Paz. I mean, they're fabulous actresses. So I want to be there, if
So
possible.
that's a direct appeal to the production team of Call the Midwife. We have someone here who would very much like to be
There's
on the
no
series.
end to what I would do to get on that
Well,
programme.
there you go. Phil's head's full of things now.
Well,
I can almost
unfortunately, I
hear
can't get you on. That's the best I can do.
But I love it.
Are we OK using the word fat? Because we've spoken about this.
What else are you going to say?
Well, this is a very good point. I mean,
If we said it, if you weren't here and you weren't using that word yourself, if we said that, we'd be in a lot of trouble.
Well, I'm sorry, I think that's silly.
Well, we would
What would
have
you
to
say?
You'd have to say overweight
overweight.
or larger or, you know...
Portly?
Well, portly, I don't think you could...
Roly-poly?
No, I don't think you could say any of those things, actually. I think you have to now be very generic. You have to be careful. You have to be kind.
We should be kind, but everybody should be able to use the word fat and not die when they use it. It is a real word. It's what I am. Look at me. It's awful. This belly. I try to disguise it.
You are good. We love you just as you are, by the way.
I'm thrilled and grateful that you say that, and it's very touching. I just wish that I could be as perfect in my body as I am in my soul. I don't want the flake.
I'll take it. It's like one of my kids. Winning a BAFTA in 1993.
Put it on there.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Right. It's all gone to pot. Now, Miriam Margolyes is trekking to one of the top beach destinations in Europe, actually in Cornwall, as she sets off on a great British walk. It's around the Cornish coast. She's here now to explain all about it.
You could be in Cornwall now with an ice cream sitting on the beach.
I love it. It is the beach. It's holidays, isn't it? Ice cream. It's always been like that.
Well, you could keep... I have no intention of taking that off for you because I think...
bloody hell not.
Because I think she'd break my fingers. So you carry on with that.
Anybody who denies climate better come and talk to me, because I'll bloody stuff them. You know, I'm not having it. It's absolute nonsense. Of course, there's climate change and global warming, and we are responsible. And we know that because of the extent of it. Of course, there's been fires before, but never like this. This is at a level that is unprecedented. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. Well, don't smoke it, but I mean, you know.
No, we know.
They've got to take it on board. We'll leave Trump and his family out of it. But the actual people that voted for him, once you get to know them, they're rather delightful. Not all of them, but they're fascinating and different, and I found quite depressing.
But did you change your tone a little bit there? Didn't you describe the people who voted for Trump as the enemy?
Yes, and they changed me. I didn't change them. I learnt from this trip.
So what did you learn then? What was it?
I learned that you've got to not be dogmatic, which I am, to be more generous, to allow people to come to you and to try to understand them. I learned a lot from it.
Well, you saw...
And now I'm quite perfect.
Now, good. We always thought you were.
more.
Yeah.
So do you sit? Is it true that you sit on your front step and chat to people as they go by?
I do. I sit on the top step and I just shout at people going past. It's human contact, isn't it?
And do they talk back? You have a good chat, do you?
Did they say,
Yes,
oh
well,
my God, that's Miriam Margolyes on that step?
Professor Sprout is talking to me from the top step.
Well, some of them run a mile, of course, and but some do. I mean, mostly they do come and talk to me, and that's lovely. And my garden is beautiful because Marcos is my gardener, and I do see him. Because, you know, when you get money, and I've got money now, I can pay for people to come and do things. That's the point. That's the whole point of having it.
So does it...
But I actually don't give a stuff about the economy. I want people to live. I want us all to survive.
Yeah.
So that, I think Boris Johnson is completely right about that. He's not right about anything else, but he is right about that.
It is, because she was an elegant woman.
You've got a tiny bit on your lip there.
I'm surprised it's not everywhere.
Yeah, she was an elegant woman. She said. All up your face.
Well, it's, you know, this is live television. What can I tell you?
Eamon, who also hosts this show.
Oh, how is that boy?
He's fine.
Oh, bless him.
He's just had his hips done.
He's put on a bit of weight.
No, he's lost it.
He's lost it. He's lost it.
Oh, he's lost
He's had his hips done.
Oh, that's
He's
good.
really, he's getting
'Cause I
back
was
to full
worried about
mobility.
that.
No,
Good.
no, no.
And he's back here tomorrow, actually. It's his first day back at work after he's been
Give
on
him a
medical leave.
squeeze
I
for
will.
me.
We will.
I think you're going to say give him a slap.
No, a squeeze. And then a slap.
You have a bit of a moment with the Queen, didn't you?
Well, I have talked about this before on television, and I feel sort of awkward saying it again. But I mean, I was invited to the palace as part of British Book Week, and when the Queen came over to me and she asked me what I did, and what do you do, in a very nice way, you know, and I said I said, I'm the best reader of stories in the whole world. And she went like that. And then she immediately left me and went to the next person and said, and what do you do? And he said, Ma'am, I teach dyslexic children to read. He was Scottish. And we've noticed that if you put the letters in different colours and the pages are printed in different colours, it helps the children read and absorb the information more quickly and easily. And I said, standing next to him, really, how fascinating. I didn't know that. And she turned to me and said, be quiet. Which she had every right to do, but it was a bit discombobulated.
Oh, my
you can imagine. Everyone went,
You seem to eat really healthily as well. 'Cause
I
we're looking at some of the
do,
stuff
I
on there
do.
you were eating radishes, you were eating raw onions and apples.
Yes.
You know, so
I know. And of course, it does make me expel air.
of course.
I'm trying to be polite.
Well done.
That's unlike
I'm
you.
impressed.
Well, I said so I must say, I mustn't say the
You
other
said
thing.
that. You can say fart.
But I do eat healthily.
You actually did about 4 minutes of your research chat with our team with your Scottish accent.
I know, it was sort of showing off, really. But I can't help it because I heard it all my life. You know, I grew up listening to that sound. It's actually the south side of Glasgow. It's a particular sound. And I just love doing it. I love feeling that memories coming all around me of my father, whom I adored, and my mother, of course. You know, well, she was not Scottish. She was from Liverpool.
Can you do that?
No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to go. What do you think this is? I'm not Mike Yarwood, if you remember him. No.
Well,
I'm thinking about Scotland. I'm not thinking about Liverpool. I could do it, but I need a bit of a pause. You
I
know.
understand that. Well, I mean, our researcher may have made something of a mistake when she was talking to you by saying, in actual fact, there's a touch of the Maggie Smiths about that.
Yeah, the McGonagall.
Well, I think my Scottish accent is better than hers. I do. I do, but I know what she was trying for. Anyway, we're Glasgow and she was trying for Edinburgh. But not that I'm rubbishing Maggie Smith, because she's a great lady. I'm fucking scared of her, actually.
You can't be scared of her, not you.
Of course, she's quite something.
Is she?
Yes, but she is a great ornament to our profession. We're very lucky to have her around, actually.
It's true.
Once you
Don't tell her what I said.
No,
No,
don't worry, don't worry.
apart from the fact you're on the telly, but it's okay.
I forget that.
I mean, you all sounded completely bonkers just then. I couldn't quite make out what was happening. There seemed to be a penis lying around. But anyway, whoever it belonged to, all the best.
And that is why you are our favourite guest.
It sounds like it's going to be huge anyway, so it will end up somewhere. Somewhere. You are really trying to get your tongue right into that, aren't you?
Well, that's what tongues are for.
And this is the life of Helena Rubinstein, the cosmetics entrepreneur.
No, actually, I'm rather enjoying it because I don't have deadlines. I mean, it was a bit of a nuisance having to get up for you this morning. And in fact, when they called to make the test call, I was in the shower. And, you know, I thought, oh, poo, or words to that effect, you know.
Makes a change.
But I'm very conscious that I'm on, you know, on television in the morning.
You've
and
never
that
been
children
conscious
are-
before. It's the first time.
I know, but I don't want to offend. You see, I really don't.
It's
I
never bothered
mean
you in the
to
past.
It slips out, as the actor said to the bishop.